Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Cynicalex, and finally, after a bunch of weird starts and a few bugs, we have SERSI in the game. And I gotta say, she is a very interesting character. And I think she's going to mean different things to different players, but ultimately, I think the verdict is she's a very good character. However, what very good character means to you may not be what very good character means to other players. But yeah, I'll try to explain. I just want to start off with a showcase here of what she can do. She's got really gorgeous skills, and the nice thing is you can cancel quite a few of them and still get a healthy dose of the damage, or the effects, I should say, the damage of them, even though you can cancel them. So she's got some nice cancelable skills. She's got a really smooth, nice 3-5-4 combo. And you generally want to land that last hit on the 4. Like Icarus, she has sort of like a beam skill available to her. But unlike Icarus, I think she actually hits harder than he does. So she does more damage than her eternal leader, Icarus. And she has more, not more survivability, but she has more crowd control. She's got paralysis, she's got charm, and she's got a heal. Now he's got a passive heal, but she hits really hard, man. She hits really hard, which is really nice. And she's got some gorgeous skills with all this purple going on. If you like the color purple, I'll throw in the 2 so you guys can see the 2. Very cute, gives me like Loki vibes there. But immunity, invincibility, charm. The charm is actually gonna also function as a heal for her. I'll show you. I'll take some damage, and then I'll pop the heal, and you can see there all those green numbers is her healing from the charm. So basically the way that it works is once she applies the charm, that is going to sort of send that damage that she deals back to her in healing. So she can heal up basically to full, which means it's like 100% heal. I've honestly seen her heal like 35,000+ damage in just one cast of her 4th skill. So you can see super duper easy to play. When you see my build on her, you're going to be impressed. And she's got gorgeous animations, right? So then what's wrong with her, right? What's the issue? We'll talk about it in a second. Let's just jump out of this fight here. She can absolutely do stage 70 of Cull Obsidian. So her baseline as a completely free character that's tier 2 is very high. On the offensive end, I would definitely compare her to someone like Moonstone, which is a huge compliment to give a character. But she's definitely going to have some asterisks, and she's definitely going to come with a few assumptions about, you know, what you're really hoping to get out of her. Because obviously, her just being tier 2, there's no other secrets or surprises in this mini patch, this very small mid-month update. I was kind of hoping for more, and I still am. There's one more day. Tomorrow is April Fool's, so maybe we'll see a tier 3 announced then, or we'll see something else. Maybe they're just hiding it, stalling it until then. But that's really going to be the one thing that holds SERSI back, right? That's the thing that people are going to say, well, yeah, SERSI's good, but like you can't take her to tier 3 or she can't be transcended. So you can't use her in Daydream Extreme. You can't use her against Null or Mephisto. So she's locked out of that content. You can't even use her in the story mode, fragment farming, those high-end and endgame game modes where we're having all this fun time with all these crazy characters, you know, all these purple and red borders. You can't use her there. So it's kind of a bummer, because I compare her to Moonstone, but you're not going to be able to get the same overall value out of her as you will for Moonstone. But keep in mind, I'm comparing her to Moonstone. Moonstone costs 6,600 crystals. She's an extremely expensive character. SERSI is 100% free. So this is the comparison that I keep coming back to that really blows my mind. SERSI has insane burst damage, and yes, part of it is because she's giving herself a 30% lead. So that counts, but that's part of her kit, so we're not going to discount it. She has a crazy, you know, self buff there with a 30% lead on her passive. She has debuff cleanse, which means that it's very easy, like it's very hard to get affected by the environmental hazards. You saw me dodging the freezes, dodging like the time freeze in the stage, dodging the tornadoes, dodging the poison cloud damage because of the eternal cleansing passive. And then on top of that, she has all defense down here with a nice burst that you can cancel. She's got charm and invincibility here with nice damage. She's got accumulation, immunity, and well, the sun doesn't matter, but yeah. And then here she has paralysis, which ignores immunity. So she has a 3-second charm and 1-second paralysis. and she's got accumulation and 2 defensive abilities. She's got these crazy buffs. So she does have a lot going for her. Basically, the only weaknesses the character has is that while she is kind of proc friendly, she'll be even better. Like, her potential will explode if you gave her a CTP of Rage. I wouldn't recommend it. I was doing stage 70 with this crit damage, ignore dodge of 160 proc, so she can go even higher than stage 70. Keep in mind I do have 4% pierce, but with a 200 proc, she could probably go maybe 75, maybe 80. So for a brand new free to play character at tier 2 to be able to go up to stage 70 or 80 Cull Obsidian is huge. Now you are taking advantage of the White Fox leadership and the ability, the Kumiho stance ability. So keep in mind, that's why I chose White Fox. You're not going to get as much if you use Dr. Voodoo or Enchantress lead, but you can do that with her because she has that leadership tag. And so that minus 50 is going to turn into minus 70, which is really nice. But yeah, she's like insanely good value considering she's free. This character will easily solo like any stage of Shadowland for you that she can work on, right? She's not going to solo like a male stage or like a speed stage. Well, maybe a speed stage, but like she might not do like a combat stage. But she's going to be amazing in Shadowland. She's great for regular world boss. Super easy to play, healing, charm. She locks down the boss for the majority of the fight. And then if you gave her a rage, really the only problem that she has is that, as you guys can tell, I have to cancel 3 right away, because if we take a look at the third skill, it's a little bit... Oh, I gotta show you guys her victory screen. I gotta show you her victory screen. Her victory screen is nice. But if you don't cancel the third skill, you see all these hits? This will trigger your proc. So you kind of just have to hit the 3 and then go into 5 and then go into 4, and then you're procking when all this mess of stuff is happening, right? So that's why you sort of cancel it right away. But if you had a rage CTP, again, it's pretty expensive build for SERSI, but if you want her to be, you know, top, then you would probably do 2, 3, get hit, then do 5, then do 4. And so 4, you'd probably cast 4, judging by the attack speed, you'd probably cast 4 with about 3 seconds left on your rage proc. So you would, you know, 2, 3, 5, but you don't want to linger on 5. So that's the thing. You sort of do 2, 3, and you're getting hit, and then 5, and then quickly into 4. Because she has iframes, right? You could alternatively do 3, 2, because she can still get hit when she's moving, but it's a little bit harder. Or you could do 3, 1, because she just stands there, right? But that does also do the paralysis. So that's kind of the awkward thing for her, is that she has multiple skills that lock down the enemy, right? She has the paralysis here, and then she has the charm here. If you apply those to Cull Obsidian or whoever the world boss is, they're not going to move. If they don't move and they don't attack you, you don't get the accumulation. So I kind of wish this accumulation was damage dealt and not damage taken, but there will be ways to get this to work against like the poison clouds and other things, lingering damage effects that are on the field, against different bosses. One thing to keep in mind, you know, I think this character is really, really good, but I do think that a portion of the community is going to not really see or care about her value because she's tier 2. And I'm going to make a separate video talking about sort of the demise of tier 2 characters and basically how they're not valued anymore for the most part. But I will say this, the things that make her kind of awkward right now to get to like reach her maximum potential, because like I'm saying, you kind of need a CTP of Rage if you want to let the 3 play out and all this stuff. She can still do really well without a CTP of Rage, don't get me wrong. Like, she could be amazing with an Energy or with an Obelisk, but the thing that's making her kind of awkward for those rotations that I was just showing you is that the skills without iframe, basically, the 1 and the 4 have charm and paralysis, which stops the boss from attacking you. If the boss doesn't attack you, you don't get the accumulation. Those effects won't work in Danger Room Extreme and in World Boss Null and Mephisto. So her accumulation, like Sharon Rogers, right? The accumulation for Sharon Rogers and other characters is so much easier to pull off in World Boss Legend compared to regular World Boss, right? So much easier to pull off against Mephisto and Null, because they're constantly hitting you and they hit you for big damage numbers, and they can't be charmed and they can't be paralyzed, so it doesn't matter, right? But so she would theoretically get better, and her damage would be even more spiky and even more consistent against Null and Mephisto. However, The downside is, and there is always a downside, her fourth skill has the charm. The charm is what heals her. Against Mephisto and Null and Danger Room Extreme and Squad Battle, she won't be able to charm the boss because the boss has debuff immunity. Actually, I don't know if SERSI has debuff immunity, but I know that the other ones have debuff immunity. If she can't charm the boss, she doesn't get a heal. The charm is what heals her, I believe. Maybe they changed it with her, but it works the same way with Enchantress, right? So for Enchantress, if she can't, like if the charm doesn't work, she doesn't get a heal. You can see that effect with Spider-Woman in the story mode fragment farming. So she has a charm skill as well. All of the charm skills in the game heal. Her third skill, Pheromone Taunt, it's got a 3-second charm. So when you use that against Ebony and stuff, she heals. But you can't use that in the fragment farming to heal, because in the fragment farming, only elemental attacks will do damage. Pheromone Taunt deals energy damage, which means it doesn't deal any elemental damage, which means she doesn't do any damage, which means she doesn't heal. So I'll actually show you guys an example here just really quickly, because it's worth explaining about how it's interesting to me how SERSI is going to get simultaneously better and worse. But yeah, she is. So I'm going to take damage here against Cull Obsidian, and then I'm going to show you that she's going to pop her heal. Not SERSI, is Spider-Woman. She's going to pop her heal, and she's going to, or she's going to pop her charm, and she's going to heal. So okay, let's take some damage. Pop the charm, and you can see the heal there. It's a much smaller number than SERSI's heal. It's a much smaller number than SERSI's heal, but it's still a heal, right? Because she was able to charm Cull Obsidian. So now we jump into... Actually, I don't even need to jump into the story mode fragment farming. You know what? I can just jump into Null or Mephisto. So I'm just going to jump into this Mephisto fight here. I'm going to sub you out for Spider-Woman. And I'm going to show you guys the exact same thing. We're going to swap to... Yeah. I didn't want to have Venom there because I might accidentally pick up one of Venom's blobs and heal. And then people are like, oh... So, yeah. Because she can't charm Mephisto, she's actually not going to get a heal off, which is kind of a bummer. I really wish it would work anyways. Okay, so she's going to take some damage. Take a little bit more damage there. Wow. Okay, come on, bro. Okay, a little bit more damage here. Just so that her HP bar is... You can actually see without using your bifocals here. I don't even know if bifocals are the right word. Okay, all right, there we go. There's enough damage. So I'm going to charm him. It does damage, but there's no charm, and there's no heal. The damage still applies, but there's no charm, and the charm effect is what creates the heal. So you can see the third skill does damage. Sure it does. It's not a lot of damage, but it does damage. Right? It does damage. Small amounts of damage, but yeah, it doesn't heal. So that's kind of a bummer. SERSI is going to gain a bunch of ability to proc her accumulation when she's able to play against Null and Mephisto and stuff like that, if she ever gets a tier 3 or Transcendence, but it's going to make her heal worse. So what I would say for SERSI is enjoy her now. Play her in World Boss, play her wherever you can, enjoy playing as her, because you know, it's going to, you know what, let's just do 70, because it's not going to last forever. So let me show you guys now what she can do. We're going to drop in Strikers. I wanted to show you guys her animations on her skills, but now we're going to go full throttle. She can do this in about 2 minutes, which is really impressive for her, considering that the accumulation is damage taken, not damage dealt. If her accumulation was damage dealt, she would be insanely fast. Okay, we procced on 5 there, not the greatest start. It's okay. I think we proc there again on 5, but the damage is solid. You also want to, if I'm giving you a bit more suggestions for SERSI, you want to, when the toxic meteorites fall, you actually want to stand still. It sounds really weird, but oh, there we go. We got a ton of accumulation. You'll be able to tell when you get the accumulation, because instead of popping off for like a bar, she pops off for like 2 bars plus. Sometimes she can pop off for like 2 bars plus. But you actually want to stand still. I'm not doing the greatest job of it, because the poison clouds will help your accumulation. So you have to get a little bit creative with SERSI for sure. That was a horrible proc, and it still did great damage because of the accumulation. Let's heal back everything. Nice. There we go. Okay, could have been better. Could have been better. But yeah, you're basically just hoping that there's like a 1 second gap between when there you go. See, there's like a 1 second gap between the fourth skill popping off and the charm hitting him and stopping him from attacking you. So we're actually a little bit behind right now on the damage. But I want to show you guys, she's got a really cool end screen. So here you can just pop off the regular rotation, but you charm him, so you basically skip this entire phase. But if you think about it, she's kind of like Emma Frost. She's kind of like Psylocke. She's kind of like Enchantress, right? And then you think about all these characters, and you're like, she's kind of like Moonstone. You're like, oh, all these characters are like super expensive. Yeah, and she's not super expensive. Look at that damage. That was with full accumulation, right? She's not super expensive. She's completely free. So I think her value is just insane, right? It's like, sure, she can't do Null and Mephisto, so she can't do, like, you know, the end game content that we've gotten used to enjoying. But bro, like, look at this damage with a 160 proc obelisk. Are you serious? Like, this damage is crazy. And I'm not even, like, I just started playing with her. If I practice and I get better, if her uniform changes her to damage dealt versus damage taken accumulation passive, she's gonna absolutely slaughter. Look at her. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. She floats and she's like, yo, what up? She's got mad swag. The camera pans down, like, all submissive and shit and stuff. Crazy, man. Look, it's cool. It's a pretty nice end screen. I don't want to make too big of a deal out of it. They're still not real. They're fictional, 2-dimensional, 3-dimensional characters. Anyways, let me know what you guys think of SERSI. She's kind of in a weird place because she's obviously really good for a tier 2 character, and I cannot stress enough the fact that she's 100% free, and she's actually seems to be stronger than Icarus for PvE content for now, and for like world boss, and possibly for squad battle, which I can test once she gets to level 70. But, like, you know, I still think people are going to discount her and sort of brush her off because she can't get to tier 3. So yeah, we're going to have to sort of bridge this gap between expected value and, you know, the true value of the character, regardless of whether they can participate in all game modes or not. So hit me up in the comments down below. Let me know what you think of SERSI. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.